three, let's go. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day three of the Esports Club Season 1 Gauntlet, powered by AMD Ryzen and WD Black. And we are back once again, ladies and gentlemen, with another banger set for you today. Set number 1 was insane, and set number 2 is going to be just as pumped. It's going to be Team Fangs going up against another unknown team, but with a lot of very good names, being ORGLESS coming on through. And on the casters, as this time around, it's going to be Assassin with me once again. Assassin, how are you feeling about this matchup?
Well, definitely. I mean, Team Fangs, they have been creating some shockwaves around the scene as well with their mind-blowing performance, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what exactly Team Fangs are going to be bringing on the table as well in this specific match. ORGLESS, actually, I'm pretty I'm pretty interested to see what exactly they are going to be doing as well, because it is an interesting lineup for sure, right? We got some pretty interesting names over there, which we are definitely going to discuss moving on to the matchup as well. But before that, the question that everyone is looking forward to was the map veto.
Set another map video screen and see where we are gonna be headed. That is for sure. Because now the first map is actually gonna be Split. Now, in my eyes, Split is a map that we normally never get to see, and this is primarily due to the fact that a lot of the teams are not as comfortable here. And this map has a similar reputation to that of Icebox. A lot of teams hate this map in particular because of how claustrophobic it can be and how much team play and coordination is required to play this map in particular. But now moving on back to the agent select screen, I am loving the pickups coming on down from the side of ORGLESS. Every single one of these members are picking agents that I love on this map in particular, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that Viper and Astro combination coming on through for their side.
Through that, and like it really surprises me when teams go ahead and bring out that Astra as well, because there are still there's still a lot of teams out there that are trying to make do around with the Astra as well, and all of these combo plays that are supposed to be made as well sometimes are missing, but at the same time they are trying their level best, and they're just experimenting around things. But to be honest, when that happens in a match against a far better team, right, it becomes really really tough to just call in these on spot decisions as well. And the on spot decision making is kind of something that a lot of teams in the country are lacking as well. So let's see how exactly that is going to work out in this specific match. For now, though, Fangs are going to be going in for their usual pickups. So it's going to be Maverick on the Sova, going to be seeing Smoker on the Reyna, Cactus on the Jet, B2 on the Sage, and Coley on the Killjoy as well. So looking forward to how exactly this is going to turn out. I mean, from the side of ORGLESS, we are seeing that interesting pickup with the Astra and all that. So yeah, it truly is going to be mesmerizing to see how exactly they are going to play around with the Astra and make these combo plays.
Now, the real question in my eyes would be that was there a mistake coming out from the agent select screen for the side of Team Fangs? Because there is no smoker agent, and they're playing completely based upon two duelists for their side without any form of smoke and a battle sage.
Want to have funds to spare?
Is this the combination that they are wanting to do now? Is the real question, because I've never seen this. Not having a smoke or a controller of any form on the map of Split. And it feels as though Team Fags are actually going with this. They're going up against two controllers and a Sentinel, and I don't have to remind you that this is an Astro Viper combination with the Killjoy. That is how dangerous this combination is going to be, and I am amazed that they're actually going through with this. I really want to see what the side of Team Fangs have it on their mind, because it feels as though it could be a mistake, but at the same time, it could be what they actually want.
I mean, I guess Fangs, they kind of have got an issue as well, so they kind of made a wrong pick as well. Not really sure how exactly that is gonna work out, but yeah, looking forward to what is the mistake that they made as well. I guess the Sova pickup was a bit of a problem for them. Maybe Maverick got a little bit too eager to quickly go ahead and pick up an agent, and maybe he just misclicked on the Sova. Because see, Sova is something that you usually don't see on this map as well, right? And I'm sure that maybe Fangs just made a bit of a mistake as well. From the side of ORGLESS, however, as you said, right, it really is interesting to see that Astra and the Viper pickup coming in as well. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have seen this combination before as well, and it has worked out for a lot of other teams. Maybe it's gonna work out for ORGLESS as well. But it's gonna be on to how exactly they're gonna make use of it as well. Now, Viper, in my opinion, is definitely a far better agent on the map of Split as well. I've seen a lot of teams, split up on the map into two and create a lot of opening for the team on their attack side as well. So, looking forward to how exactly ORGLESS is gonna play around with that as well.
Now, the real question in my eyes is what the side of Team Fangs are actually trying to do with this combination in their hands. Because now, with mid control slowly but surely being established, Cactus, he's holding on down with that jet, trying to see if he can find a pick on that Sage wall, but no one is opting to go in for that peak, and this is really smart. Understanding, hey, without any form of a smoke, if we are the ones, sorry, at the advantage when it comes down to your own defensive map, so you can slowly but surely make it happen for our end. But Fang, B2, it's gonna be the first initial kill down onto the Viper, and with the Viper already going on down, that's gonna be a massive hit for their end. They don't know where to run, they don't know where to hide, because without that Viper, which was a pseudo sentinel, sorry, down towards that A side, they don't have that smoke anymore, meaning that they're very vulnerable to any sort of a rush tactic that could be coming on down from the side of Fangs. And that's where they will thrive, because primarily when you don't have that smoke, you're completely relying on your gunfight potential and on the Jet's utility a little bit more. So I'm really hoping that Cactus can curve those smokes properly enough to give his team a proper entry on any of these sides.
True,
30
things
seconds
are
left.
being taken really slow by the side of Team Fangs, but look at the amount of map control they have. It's going to be time for Sporky to try and, do something over towards the task position. As he's going to try and maybe go in for a wide peak, but he's going to be immediately walled off by the enemy team's Sage, and it is going to be Maverick to be using that shotgun in order to get the kill on towards Survey. Interesting shot darts coming out from the side of Team Fangs, as we are going to be seeing Team Fangs not losing a single player, but that is going to change as Porky does take down Smoker. And there's an immediate trade, and it's going to be that beautiful pistol being played out by Fangs. Aggressive.
Really looking to see ORGLESS play a little bit more passive, because the fact that the Viper peaked that early and got that tried to go in for a fight against B2 was a little bit of a question mark in my eyes, because you need to know for a fact that Fangs, without that smoke agent, they are going to be playing much more defensively when it comes down to their own attacking side, because they don't have a smoke. They cannot enter down into a side in a rush tactic, because if they try to rush, Survey's gonna be coming in with his grenades, with his boom bot, and trying to shut them down as fast as they possibly can. Rushing will not help them. So if you try and play a little bit too aggressive, you're gonna be the ones on the receiving end of a lot of pain. And once again, ORGLESS, they make the same mistake and they pay the price for it. Aren't you? He's gonna be the one to take down Cactus at the very least. Shock darts are gonna be raining on in. Gonna be tagging out Sporky, and Sporky, he has nowhere to run. He's gonna die out to those shock darts coming out from Maverick. Who said that Sova is a bad pick on the map of Split? Is he just the Maverick? He didn't get the memo.
Well, it looks like that Maverick is here to teach everyone something. And that might be the fact that Sova is definitely a good enough pick for the map of Split as well. It is just that, usually when teams and players tend to do stuff and create some meta for a specific map, kind of tends to be the default stuff that most of the players and teams have got in their minds as well. So this kind of a mindset does come in that hey, Sage is a bad pickup. There's nothing like that. I guess Team Fangs, they are gonna set an example for sure. For now, though, it is going to be ORGLESS to go in for that hold by. It's going to be time for Survey to drop in the boom bot and delay the push coming in from the side of Fangs a little bit more. But oh, Smoker, he's in trouble. He's going to fall back. Otherwise, he's going to eat that pain shell to the face. With a minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, Team Fangs have got complete control of mid aggressive.
It's control. They can easily push it down towards side of B heaven, and with this, Survey is trying to check that corner, but if he goes in for a peek, he may just be the one to die it out. But Survey with the one tap shuts down Cactus. That's a beautiful one tap indeed. No more picks whatsoever coming on down from their side, and that's a lot of damage going onto the favor of the Killjoy. And with that, they're in a pretty big ditch already, because without Cactus now, they don't have the smokes that they would have had with him opting to use his Cloudburst. So this entry has just gotten even more deadly. But what I love about the fact of what ORGLESS is doing, as they understand that, hey, we are in the deficit of not they are in the deficit, sorry, of not having a smoke. So if we just play it a little bit too defensively, we are going to be the ones to come out on top, and it's going to be the Viper being able to shut down two, gets a headshot down on the Smokey, but that's just not going to be enough. Smokey instead is going to be the one to take him on out. Maverick from the sidelines trying to get a couple of kills of his own. He needs to try and go in for this play, he needs to try and go in for that kill, but he's not going to be able to find it. Down in this 1 versus 3 situation is going to be Smokey. And here, he's in a pretty rough spot. He does not have anywhere to go. NU is going to be the one to take him on out. 1 and 2, sorry, on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, which is going to be the first round for the side.
Well, looks like that Team FANGS definitely struggled a little bit in that specific round. And I guess it kind of makes sense because, you know, ORGLESS, they had the better buy and they had themselves a really good setup going on towards the B towers and the B side as well in general. So Team FANGS, they actually struggled in order to, you know, take that mid control and then eventually opening up some sort of an avenue towards the B towers as well. See, taking mid was pretty easy because ORGLESS, what they're trying to do is just give mid pretty easily, unless of course the early aggression coming out from the side of the race. Other than that, after the wall is being made over towards the B towers, ORGLESS, they are pretty much just giving it up. But I guess that is going to change a little bit aggressive. Because see, the last time, Sporky made a wall towards the B towers. But this time around though, he's walling towards mid. And that wall has been broken down.
Wall itself could give them a tiny little bit of an advantage, give them a little bit of information, but at the same time, you never want to place that wall down onto the side of mid early unless you want to go in for a full-on aggression, because the mid wall just gets instantly broken. You're not really going to get a lot of value out of it, so in the long run, it doesn't help as much. But look at NU, he's probably going to be opting to go in for a peek. The shots are going to be raining on it. Smoke is going to be able to take down one. He's not going to be able to take down another one though. With the gravity wall coming on through, he cannot opt to go in for that swing. They're going to push him down soon enough. The shots are right on it. Golden instead is going to be the one to take him on out. He's looking for a couple of more. Sporky gets spotted out by the turret, and he needs to back on off. B2 pick up that ultimate door, basically meaning that he now has his ult. He can pick up Smokey, bring it back up down to a 5 versus 3 situation, and with the man advantage in favor of the side of the attackers, they're just pushing it on in. And what I love about all of this is that Cactus, he's using his cloud burst not for his own entry, but for the entry of his team. So this strategy really working out in their favor as they were able to go in for the trades and for the proper picks to go into the site and get a spike.
That's right, Survey is going to try and go in for that white peak, but it's going to be his maker right around the corner, and this is going to be YB got to take down Smoker as well. Not bad. I mean, YB, we know this guy is an amazing aimer, and he does a pretty good job at, you know, fighting all of these crisp, clean locks to the faces of his enemies as well. But this time around, though, he's only going to be able to get himself a couple of kills, and then he's going to finally get taken down as well. So that is going to be Team FANGS putting up the third round of the board, and an amazing execute over towards the A side, not going to lie. Now, aggressive. I guess for Team FANGS, right, their strong hold is definitely going to be the A side, not going to lie. As far as B is concerned, they kind of are struggling to take the B side, but at the same time, their A side is working out, so they might just, you know, bamboozle the entirety of ORGLESS by making them think that, hey, A is working out for us, so we're going to try and hit A. But in reality, they're going to pull up a fake and then eventually go B.
Need to be careful at the very least, because it seems the ORGLESS, they're catching on to what they need to do. They are gonna need to play very defensively and very slowly, and if they do so, he just walks out of it barely. But he's probably going to be going back down to that angle once again. Cactus opting to go in for a couple of his own plays, and with the mid push coming on through already, they're making that push happen. The alarm rod's going to get broken down soon enough. Emio straight inside of the smoke. He's going to be able to take that one. He's able to take that two. He finally goes down, but Fang is going to be the one to get the trade instead from the back end. Smokey is going to be the one to get another one from the sidelines as well. But Smokey, he's alive. He's still kicking. But Smokey, yeah, the phone number calls him up and takes him back home. 2 versus 1 on the situation already, and Viber, he does have his ultimate at the very least, so maybe this retake could be possible, but at the same time, it's nearly impossible as well, because he doesn't know where they are, and Smokey, he has an aggressive position of his own, while he only has a judge, it doesn't.
Oh, the judge might just go ahead and take down Smoker. Nope, not gonna happen. Anyways, Smoker is just way too quick, and that Empress, it definitely is gonna help him as well, getting all of these kills as fast as possible. It's gonna be mutable, by the way, in the instant replay. You know, getting his own clip moment right there, getting himself a double and trying to hold on over towards the A-Ramp's position as well. Beautiful stuff coming in from Immutable, but at the same time, you gotta gotta understand the fact that if there's no trade potential whatsoever, right? Playing that aggressive doesn't really make sense.
Yep.
And it was actually it was actually very important for Immutable to stay alive in that specific situation as well. Because when it comes down to the retake, right, ORGLESS are already struggling, and if they don't really have the killjoy for the retake, it becomes really tough.
Now, already with that last round in particular, I'm not exactly happy what the side of ORGLESS are trying to do, primarily because once again, they're taking a lot of these fights that they shouldn't really be taking. If they play defensive, if they play around corners, there is no way that the side of FANGS can actually just rush on and shut them down without any form of trade happening. And that's exactly what they need to do. Exactly, this is what happened in this round in particular as well. Immu playing down from inside of the side. Smokey needs to be the one to make the move. He needs to be the one to move into the side, to take that fight, to shut them down, to try and find something out at the bare minimum. And here with Immu just catching him off guard, shuts him down immediately with a well-placed headshot. And with that first initial member already down, a very important member, mind you, because you have to consider there are no smokes. So that Reina Flash is just even more important for an initial side entry. And with Enryu and Immu holding it down towards that A side, it's going to be pretty rough. Survey pops out the showstopper to try and get a kill. Not going to be able to find Fang though. Sorry, not able to find Cactus though. He's gonna be able to get on out of the very least. But if he's gonna be doing a rock in a hard place, and the hard place is gonna be the one to take him on out. Coming down from the back end, it's gonna be Enryu with one. He's looking for another one, but Cactus is watching his back. Shuts down Enryu, and Kohler gets another kill down on the Survey. But still, the resurrection is already present, and the lockdown has already been placed down from the side of Kohler to try and make a little bit of a difference. But the heaven side push is not coming down yet. Kohler is actually going to be able to survive, and he's actually going to be able to get into position as well with his teammate at the very least. They're looking for something. He's not going to be able to find out much though. Cactus is going to be able to take down another, but this is pretty much over, Assassin. They're not in a pretty good spot to try and find much. Scorky used his teammate as like living bait at that point. Gets that kill, shuts them down. 2-4 on the scorecard, so end of this round as we go into the 7th round of this.
Here.
Actually, was just recollecting what you said about Immutable as well, right? Him getting caught in a him getting caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, that's pretty much what happens every single round. I mean, Immutable, he finds himself stuck between a rock and a hard place every single round, and there's no trade potential whatsoever. It's actually very funny, but at the same time, it was a valiant effort coming out from the side of Team FANGS, by the way. Not gonna lie, the way they played out that disadvantageous situation as well, it's pretty good. And right now, the thing is that Team FANGS, despite the fact that both the players, I mean, obviously the rest of the 2 players from the side of ORGLESS were detained, it got a pretty bit late for the Jet to, push in and get both the frags as well. It's completely fine. I mean, Team FANGS are still in the lead. They've got a healthy lead. They've got a healthy economy as well, so it doesn't really matter. Let's hope that ORGLESS are not going to go ahead and, put in more and more damage onto his Team FANGS. Because if that happens, then there's going to be trouble for FANGS to, keep on with the lead as well.
Break bolts out the Hunter's Fury, but that's not really going to be finding any form of value. Survey from the silence gets another kill of his own, a little bit too aggressive, coming on down from the side of ORGLESS. If need the price point as well, Survey's going to be the first one to go on now, Envy from the silence. And placing down those Astral Stars to see if he can find a little bit of value at the very least to try and shut down a couple of people from his own sidelines, but not going to be able to find out much. Again, Immu, a little bit too aggressive. You don't need to flank when they do have a no-smoke composition. You just need to play it slow. You just need to play it systematically. Enryu also opting to go in for that peak. Everything breaking down for the side of ORGLESS, ladies and gentlemen. 2 versus 4 already on the map from very not so important peaks. Sporky gets spotted out by Smokey as well, down onto the side of A Heaven. And with that, it just could be all but over for the side of the defense.
Yeah, I mean, in a 2 versus 4 situation, what could ORGLESS possibly do? They're in that 2-man disadvantage, and on top of that, Team FANGS' players have got themselves some really good aggressive positions held on to across the map. I mean, you look at Smoker, he's already holding on over towards the rope rooms, and he's going to try and come in, but at the same time, it's going to be Maverick to chime in from the defender side of spawn and get himself that final 2 kill, and put up the 5th round of the board for Team FANGS, making it 5-2 as we move on towards the next round. Now, ORGLESS, I'm afraid they really don't have the money to go in for the buy, do they? They have to sell for an eco in this specific round, and that might just give FANGS the opportunity to put up the 6th on the board as well.
I agree with you about the fact that FANGS is just sorry, not FANGS. ORGLESS is having a very hard time trying to stabilize themselves at the very least, but forget what I just said. Surface like, nah, I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna be hella aggressive. Just goes on down, swings the corner, taps Cactus in the head, takes him out, and with that catches them off guard quite heavily. And now is the primary problem already. You can see what's happening and what is wrong in this scenario. There's no way to make this push happen. There are no smokes to cover down from the side of heaven. There are no smokes to cover down CT. Basically, if you try to go onto B, that's a death sentence waiting to happen. The Sage needs to come on down over. He needs to try and place out this wall, but EVU from the sideline, he wants to go in for a play, but the gravity wall comes on through. He's gonna be able to shut down another one. Maverick gets spotted on out, and from the back end, it's gonna be Viva being able to get a double kill off his own with that Sheriff. One taps, 3, and Maverick now down to an impossible thrifty situation. There's no way he wins this one out. Viva on one side and his teammate on the other. They go in for that double peek and a thrifty round on the board for the side of ORGLESS, ladies and gentlemen. You can never count out the side of ORGLESS, especially in this thrifty round, seemingly, because you have to consider FANGS, they don't have a controller, basically meaning that those thrifty, those anti-eco rounds are even more deadlier than Byron.
That's true, and you know what? I really did not expect Survey with that Hero Vandal to go ahead and pop off, and I guess he knew the tendencies coming out from the side of Team FANGS. He knew that someone is going to peek over towards the B mains position, and with that information in mind, he went ahead with that Hero Vandal as well, and that actually converted the round into their favor as well. Team ORGLESS really happy with the performance they put up, and I guess it's going to be time for just to pull out the Blade Storms, as he is going to use that double up draft. Is going to get himself that frag on towards the Astra. With the Astra getting taken down, ORGLESS no longer have any smokes, neither do they have any gravity wells. So that means that they have to sacrifice a little bit here and there when it comes down to the retake. They might have to push in further and get a lot of information before making the push and get all these aim duels in their favor as well. Look at Survey. He knows that Cactus is being resurrected, and there is B2 right around the corner to save his comrade and just get that drive-by in as well. With that, it all comes out of Immutable, and once again, as I said, stuck between a rock and a hard place. This guy, I feel bad for him, by the way.
Every single time we see Immutable, he's in an impossible situation. Either there's 3 people rushing him, he kills one, he gets traded out almost immediately, but this time around he doesn't even get a single kill. Instead it's going to be Cactus just shut down Immutable. And once again, a little bit too aggressive coming on down from the side of ORGLESS. The rounds that they lose on out, they're just way too aggressive. They're not playing with their utility. They're trying to play for the gunfights instead, and that's what's really hurting them in a lot of these rounds in particular. And in this round, I would have expected them to play a little bit more further back. Yes, I understand that the resurrection was going on through. Yes, I understand you were 3 people holding on down from the side of B Heaven. But you need to understand as well that your opponent team is already present. The resurrection, yes, it's going on through. But if 5 people just swing you down onto the side of B main, there is no way to kill that resurrection and get out alive, even if you have 3 members. The spray control, you can not always rely on it. Maybe use a little bit of utility, throw off their aim, maybe throw a gravity well, maybe throw a stun or something before opting to go in for a play. That's what's gonna hurt, but at the same time, Viva, he had the game sense. He wanted for that play, but Smokey, he just has that crispy aim to shut down Enryu, even though he was the one to get the first initial shot.
Do that, and I guess it's gonna be Survey. Drop in the paint shells to delay the push even further. Immutable has found out the spike, I guess, and yep, there you go. He's gonna take down Kohli as well. With that, we're gonna be seeing YB swinging out wide from behind the boxes towards the 8 towers in order to find the frag onto its arena as well.
Oh my.
B2 left out in a 1 versus 4. Let's get the frag on towards Survey, so there's something. They pick up the spike, and I guess he heard out the turret being placed over towards the B mains position, so maybe he should pretty much just avoid the B mains position in general, try and make his way over towards the A side as well. Now he knows for a fact that YB was playing towards the rope rooms and the A towers in general, so maybe moving on over towards the A side, his best bet would be to directly just rush into the side or something like that, or try and move it over towards mid. I guess he's gonna choose the latter option. And, we're gonna be seeing him take that fight to his nemesis, Mr. Sporky, in which he is gonna lose out as well. So unfortunate scenes right there, but really happy for ORGLESS. Gonna put up the 4th round of the board, and that aggressiveness, it actually went into their favor as well, aggressive. Because see, Immutable finding the spike, getting that kill on towards Kohli was the complete round changer.
It's a very important round in particular as well, because now with that round, they're going to be able to stabilize themselves much more, allowing them to go in for following consecutive buys, even if they lose out in this round in particular. Because you do have to remember the next round is going to be the last round of this half. But at the same time, I will not say that the side of ORGLESS are really winning out when it comes down to their own defensive half, because the composition that they have really thrives on the side of defense and gets a little bit harder on the side of the attack. And FANGS, their weakest side is already going to be attack, because without a smoke, attacking is just so difficult. And the fact that they already have 6 rounds, they pretty much won when it comes down to the side advantage. And with that, I'm really worried about the side of ORGLESS, because now is where the real test is about to start. If they're not able to take us down to 6 and 6, it's going to be very deadly. Cactus instead is going to be the first initial one to get that pick down onto Mutable. And with that kill, it seems as though FANGS are going on down towards the side of mid, but they're all checking the angles. Surface in the perfect spot. He should be able to take down one. He's going to be able to take down another one as well. Surface, he needs to get another, but he's not going to be able to find it. Instead, it's going to be holding on Smoke A, being able to get a couple of themselves, I mean. And with that, it's a 3 versus 2 situation already, ladies and gentlemen. And Sporky, his position is already known. FANGS is going to be holding down from the side of Benz. And Andrew, he's all on his own to try and find out something at the very least to bring it back to their side.
True, I mean, in a 3 versus 2 situation, we're going to be seeing Team FANGS holding on to really, really good after-plan positions as well. It's going to be Maverick to come back over towards the B mains, and it's going to be time for Sporky and Andrew to try and get this retake done. We're going to be seeing the cosmic divide being put up, and that is going to split apart the site into 2. But little do they know that we've got Maverick still up and running from the side of Team FANGS. He can drop in that, so was Recon Dot. He can gain information. There was that flank coming in from Smoker as well, which actually activated the entire Team FANGS despite the cosmic divide going out from the side of Team ORGLESS as well. Really well played, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. The way Team FANGS are actually, outplaying ORGLESS right now. It's really a beauty to watch. At the same time, I'm not gonna lie. ORGLESS are reading Team FANGS like an open book. Did you notice this aggressive? Every single time, whenever Team ORGLESS make these instant switch ups, Team FANGS they just tend to, or they decide to move in over towards that specific side. So till now, Team FANGS have been hitting up over towards the mid position again. In the last round, you did see, Sporky going ahead and walling off towards the A mains position. And Team FANGS actually moved in from the A mains position. So these sort of small reads coming out from the side Team ORGLESS, they're actually enabling them to get some frags, but at the same time, it's the aim duels where Team ORGLESS are struggling.
Struggling quite heavily, and they're constantly getting caught off guard by this aggression coming on down from the side of FANGS as well. Constantly, they're pushing down onto every single one of their side lanes. They're not playing it slow. They're not playing it systematically. And this is what you would expect coming down from a no-smoke composition, because they cannot play slow. If they play slow, they're the ones who are going to be losing, because they are the ones who need to try and catch their opponents off guard. V2, he's actually going to be opting to go in for the swing, and the timing is in his favor. If you're getting caught out, and he has nowhere to run. Cactus is actually going to be able to take up Survey as well. 8 and 4 on the scorecards, Assassin. And that's something that should not happen when you have a no-smoke composition on your side of attack.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? I mean, everyone's in the chat as well are going crazy. Like, Team FANGS, don't they need smokes? I mean, damn. Without smoke, they are still moving in towards the sides. And,
Jet.
They're actually... Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have Jet. It's like having that replacement ready as well, right? It's like a temporary replacement, but yeah, it gets the job done. I mean, 4 seconds, 5 seconds of smoke. Okay, fine, whatever, man. works out. But I guess, to be honest, they actually don't care. In Team FANGS, they've got 8 rounds on the attack, and trust me, without a smoke agent, making that happen is insane. And props to Team FANGS for getting that done as well. Now it's going to be time for them to show us what that defense can do. And time to see if ORGLESS can make this dual controller setup work out or not.
Already with the push going on down, they have complete control of the A side. And this is really smart. They're playing it slow, they're playing it systematically, and their post plants are just so clean as well. Smokey needs to get this first initial kill. Will he be able to find it is a real question. Barely is able to. Cactus opting to go in for those shots. He's not gonna be able to find it though, but still Smokey's already there. He's present to back up his buddy and shut down another kill of his own. And from the sidelines, it's gonna be a rush coming on down from the side of FANGS, ladies and gentlemen. One by one, they just make the push happen, and the trades are going in left, right, and center. They're able to shut everyone down one by one, and this is what I love about Team FANGS. They are so clean when it comes down to their 5 versus 5 retakes. They're like, hey, you can have the site, we don't care, because you do have to remember, with the double controller setup, you're using all of your utility and dumping it down onto the side to try and get in. But Team FANGS, understanding this, they were like, hey, we can just back on off, we can go back to our own sides, collect ourselves, and then go in for a 5 versus 5 retake situation. Understanding that the Viper is actually probably going in for lineups, I can just peek the corner, I can probably kill one person, and then immediately kill another one, because someone needs to be holding down from the side of heaven. If they're not in heaven, that basically means everyone's playing down from the side of A main and from the inside of side. FANGS made a beautiful read, and they were able to capitalize on it together as a team to take that round off the board.
Do that, man. I mean, incredible pistol retake coming out from the side of Team FANGS, but you know, there's a little bit of a funny. There was a little bit of a funny moment as well, right, from the side of Team FANGS. Like both their duelists, they kind of whipped at the start, but then they got it back together. Together as a unit, they moved in and got that retake done. I mean, that round is done anyway, so let's talk about the next one, where Team FANGS once again they've got control over towards some part of the A side, and I guess moving in together is definitely something that they're really strong at. And there you go, we're going to be seeing V2 taking down YB as well, and it's going to be all down immutable once again in that situation where he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. This time it was actually, there was actually a wall towards the elbows, so kind of makes sense.
Stage is life.
Yeah, I mean, aggressive. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Team ORGLESS looks like they need to work a little bit more on their after-plan situation. See, this round I completely understand. Like, every single player was on the site, and that pretty much was a bit of a problem. And I'm not gonna lie, most of the people might agree, might disagree, but yeah, in an after-plan situation, right? If all the players are holding on to the site, they kind of get sandwiched as well on the A side of split. It's better to, you know, be a little bit more spread out, have more and more control around the site as well, in order to, you know, make these swift rotations, or even the comms can be on point as well. They're like, okay, hey, someone's coming in from the A ramps, why don't you take care of him? He was the guy on the A main's position, so something like that.
Oh my god.
And yeah, Survey, well, it looks like that it is a bloodbath over towards the middle position, as FANGS are just taking each and every player down from the side of ORGLESS, and there's going to be Enryu to be spotted out over towards the A towers. He's just going to B-hop his way towards the defender side of spawn, and I guess Team FANGS, they are going to be scratching their heads as to where exactly the final player is.
Enryu, he's just playing mind games at this point. Wants to try and maybe get one kill at the bare minimum to make the C4 round a little bit better for their side at the east, but at the same time, Maverick, he has his phone number and he's waiting for it. He knows for a fact that Enryu is holding down from that corner. Coley comes in from the sidelines, bunny hopping his way forward. Enryu is going to be the one to take him on out. So in a way, I would say a semi-successful league round, but at the same time, FANGS, they're just being so aggressive and they're reading the side of ORGLESS like an open book. They understand how they're trying to play this composition, and they're playing it in such a textbook based manner, and this is what I don't really like about the side of ORGLESS. They're playing it way too slow when it comes down to their own attacking side, but they played it way too aggressive when it came down to their own defensive side, which is a little bit of a question mark in my eyes. Yes, the executions are working well down towards the side of A, but they're dumping too much utility. When you know for a fact that your opponents are constantly playing for those retakes, maybe play it a little bit slower. Maybe opt to go in for less utility so that you can actually have something for the retake situation.
Oh, Coley's in a really good spot, and he might just be able to find himself a couple of frags. He's gonna get one for sure. Is he gonna get the frag on towards Sporky? Is gonna be the question. And no, it's gonna be the straight up answer coming out from Sporky as well. Immutable is going to be investing in a couple of utilities over towards the screens position as well as the towers. So that's one of the nanoswarm grenades getting taken down, and I guess it's going to be time for the retake once again. Team FANGS. Right now the man advantage has been neutralized, but there is Enryu waiting towards the A main's position. So this late round push coming on from Enryu might just hurt Team FANGS in their backs. Yep, it has already hurt Mr. Smooka, and it's going to be all down on Cactus as well in a 1 versus 3. Does bring it down to a 1 versus 2. But as I said, this spread out this spread out method from the side of Team ORGLESS is far better. And this is exactly how you're supposed to play as well in an after-plan situation.
completely agree with you on that. And I love the fact that they had utility to try and hold this post plan. Initially, what happened on the pistol round was that they had too much utility dumped on that side, or even in the following rounds, they used too much to try and get themselves into the side, and they had pretty much nothing to up to try and stop the retake. But this time around, they saved their utility, they played together, they played for the picks, and they played for the picks. And this was just perfect textbook Valorant when it came down to the post-plan situation. And that's what I love, but it seems as though they're constantly going on down towards this A side. B side does not exist to them, and it seems as though the push could be coming on down soon enough as well. The ultimate has been popped from the side of the Killjoy, and with this, you should be able to find out a little bit of a play. But with 100 Spirit now being called, the lockdown has been destroyed. Mutable not really finding a lot of value, but at the same time, the defender Killjoy ultimate it's not yet up, so that basically means this retake is just even more harder. Considering the guns that side of ORGLESS have, they need to be careful, otherwise they could be the ones under a lot of pain. Oh.
Oh, YP actually shouldn't have gone in for that white pick in my opinion. Like, he had a great crossfire setup with Sporky, but unfortunately it's just gonna be ORGLESS once again just peeking in one by one and getting taken down by these aim stars from the side of Team FANGS.
Trades are just really quick and really fast coming on down from their side. It feels as though ORGLESS, they're in a pretty tough spot when it comes down to a lot of their positioning. They're constantly trying to take fights that they shouldn't really be taking. They're playing it too slow or they're playing it too fast when they don't need to. The communication gap is really showing between them, and that's what's really hurting them in the long run, I would say, in my eyes, because you'd expect the team to play much more defensively and play much more towards the side of their utility instead of opting to use their bodies to peek corners. Maybe in that situation, Bye he didn't need it. Bye he didn't need to peek the corner and just wait for the Astro Gravity Wall to come on through. And with that Gravity Wall, he could have just mowed down 3 people almost instantly. That would have been the play that they needed to shut everyone down, but that's not what happened. And with this, it feels as though Cactus, he has a little bit of a plan. I'm pretty sure that no one's going to check this corner as well.
I guess. I'm really looking forward to what Cactus can do. And yep, he'll be able to get himself one. Is he going to get the second one as well? Maybe. Because Andrew is very low. And Andrew is going to try and go in for another pick. Cactus, I guess he's in for a triple. There you go.
Oh my god, Cactus.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cactus. Well, I'm pretty sure that that he's not as Rossi to only die after getting 4 kills. So, never mind. I guess the tradition still just continues. Is it like a curse for all the Jet players? Like, you know, getting themselves a quad and then not able to just wind it up with an ace?
Well, the fact is that he just dashed and updrafted, but he didn't have his knives in his hand and he had a vandal. I don't know, he was probably going for style points.
Exactly. See, this is the problem, right? Like, going in for these stylish finishers, that really hurts.
Oh.
I guess Maverick is definitely gonna hurt, and it is gonna be Survey to try and get something done with his ultimate, but Smokey is right around the corner to get that frag and that instant luck to the face. It is gonna lock down the first map in the favor of Team FANGS, ladies and gentlemen. 13-5, man. Aggressive. What do you have to say about that?
35 on the scorecard, when you consider the composition that the side of ORGLESS had, in my eyes, they had the compositional advantage, primarily because, hey, you do have to remember, they have the smokes, they have the controller, and they also have the 2 sentinels in my eyes. I don't count Viper as a controller at this stage. That they should have been able to stop a lot of these aggressive pushes that could be coming on down from the side of Team FANGS, but it felt as though ORGLESS, they were lost. They did not understand what the side of Team FANGS were trying to do, and they were just being shut down constantly. But let's break it down even more as we go into the match highlights and take a bird's eye view of what exactly happened in this matchup, because in my eyes, this should not have happened. The side of ORGLESS, they should have had a lot more advantages in their favor. They had that raise, and they have so much synergy between their players, between their agents, sorry, that they should have been able to take it all away for their side. But when it came down to it all, they were relying too much on their gunfights and less on their utility, when they should be relying more on their utility considering their composition.
I mean, see, ORGLESS, right? They had absolutely everything they actually needed in order to win out the specific match. I guess if you want to add something like they had more than Team FANGS, I would completely agree. They definitely had that Astra as well, and with these astral combo plays being made across the map, you can actually catch all of these attackers off guard while they're trying to just bring it down to raw aim duels. And Team Fangs, they were doing nothing, man. I'm not gonna lie. They were doing no kind of rocket science over there. It was simple. It was textbook Valorant being played from the side of Team Fangs. All they were doing is just sticking together as a unit and play how Valorant is supposed to be played. That is together as a unit, and that is exactly what Team Fangs did. ORGLESS, on the other hand, I mean, as we did point out every single time, right? There were situations where their players were just getting caught in positions where there's no trade potential, like this one right here in match highlights. Immutable, getting himself a double, but there's no trade potential whatsoever. He gets taken down, and then immediately Smoker gets himself another one on towards Porky. So these smaller details are what actually Team ORGLESS have to worry about a little bit more, and they need to pay attention to as well. I mean, they themselves are a good team, but against a team like Team Fangs, right, who had themselves a little bit of a disadvantage as well when we do talk about the controllers. I mean, Team Fangs, they actually did not have a smoke agent as well, but still they managed to eke out 8 rounds, which is a big deal on a defender-sided map, aggressive.
That's for sure. And considering the fact that the attacker side would just get even more powerful for the side of ORGLESS, considering the utility that they have, the fact that Team Fangs were able to do that much even on the side of their own side of their own defense, was absolutely astounding. But still, nonetheless, that was what you would expect coming out from it in the long run, because the fact is that Team Fangs, when it comes down to their team play coordination, they were just one step ahead. But hopefully this does not really affect the morale coming down from the side of ORGLESS, because you do have to remember this is a best of 3 set, so they still have a chance to bring it back for their side. And that was just map number 1, ladies and gentlemen. As we are going to be heading on down to try and set up map number 2, make sure to check the links down in the description below and see the discounts that we have set up for you from our partners to see what suits your fancy for your next big upgrade. But for now, it's going to be me, Aggressive and Assassin, signing on off, and we'll be back with you real shortly with the next game. See you in a bit.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen. I'm your cast assassin 47. Joining me on the desk is Aggressive, and we just got done with map number 1 of this best of 3 matchup between FANGS and ORGLESS. I mean, map number 1 was a bit of a comical affair, but at the same time, I guess map number 2 is going to be even interesting. What are your thoughts on that, Aggressive?
Let's head on the map video screen and see where we are going to be headed for this. But at the same time, map number 1, mistakes coming out down from the side of Team FANGS during the team composition select, and they still were able to win it out in a very dominant fashion. So that just goes to show you how much talent the side of Team FANGS have. And for the side of ORGLESS, small mistakes here and there costed them pretty much everything. And now going down onto Haven, a map that is a lot more open, but at the same time, a place where the side of Team FANGS are known to be extremely deadly. ORGLESS, they have their work cut out for them because any mistakes here could mean the death of them. Literally, because this is the last game that they have. It's either go big or go home here, because either they take it down to a 1-1 as we go into map number 3, or it's just a 2-0 win for the side of Team FANGS.
Well, let's take a quick look at the agent selection screen. And I guess once again, Team ORGLESS, they are going in for that default setup of theirs. And Rio on the Astra are going to be seeing. Oh, never mind. It's going to be a little bit of a switch up. So Survey is going to be playing the Phoenix instead of the Raze. Going to be seeing Sporky on the Sova instead of the Sage. Immutable on the Jet instead of the Killjoy. And YB God is going to be playing the Cypher. Now, this is what I'm talking about. YB, the man has been wrecking hell up with the Cypher previously as well. And I'm really looking forward to what exactly he's going to do on the map of Haven. From the side of Team FANGS, we've got B2 on the Cypher, Maverick on the Sova, Smoker on the Phoenix, Cactus is going to be playing the Jet, and Kohli is going to be on the controller duties as an Astra. Interesting, isn't it? I mean, let's hope that FANGS this time around, though, don't make a bit of a problem while selecting the agents.
That happened initially, but I don't think that's going to happen again. But honestly, I love the composition coming out from both of these teams. But at the same time, I would have personally liked when it comes down to the side of defense for the side of Team FANGS, because they have defense as their first side for the first half. They should have opted to go in for that Killjoy, because that Killjoy just makes such a massive difference when it comes down against that Cypher. Because with that Cypher, yes, it allows you to be much more versatile in the way you play a lot of your sidelines, but with that Killjoy, the combo potential with the Astra is just massive, especially on the map of Haven, because Haven has a lot of very specific corners that will let you survive that lockdown. So with that Astra, you can pretty much pull anyone from that corner into that lockdown in almost every single scenario. That adds so much value to the Astra, allowing for much more of the combo potential. And Team FANGS, they're known to combo their abilities properly with their teammates. But at the same time, Colin now picking up the Astra this time around, and B2 going on the Sentinel being the Cypher, basically means that that Sentinel player is now super deadly. We saw what B2 did as a battle sage on map number 1, and now that he has a Cypher on his hands, a much more control-heavy agent that will pretty much just control the flow of the way the opponents are gonna try and execute down onto multiple different sightlines. Basically means that B2, he's gonna be a deadly force moving on forward on the map of Haven.
That. For now, though, FANGS, he is gonna. FANGS, they are gonna get that default setup of theirs in towards the A side. We're gonna be seeing Cactus being playing over towards the short position, whereas the rest of the two are holding on over towards long. Team FANGS, they are gonna eventually realize the fact that ORGLESS are coming in with that C head, and that is gonna be Kohli's cue to move out of the side, or maybe just try and hold on to the side with his utilities. It is going to be one of the stars being deployed over towards the entrances. That's going to be immutable to go ahead and take down B2. This is insane. Kohli, on the other hand, is going to struggle to hold on to the side, whereas he's going to be passed on to by a couple of players out of the side. It's going to be a 3 versus 5 retake for Team FANGS, which is going to be quite impossible.
Immutable, he's just mad at this stage. He's like, you killed us on map number 1, I'm gonna take you down on this pistol round, I'm gonna shut you all down in a matter of seconds. And with that, just gets 2 initial kills. Side entry is already there. It's a 3 versus 5 situation on the map. The first initial pick is just going to be so crucial for this retake. Will they be able to find it? It's a real question. Cactus not going to be able to control that spray fast enough. He's not going to be able to find out much. Survey gets another kill from the back end, and a possible flawless round coming on down from the side of the defenders. The knife comes on through from the side side of the beautiful. He wants to find out another one. So Smokey is going to be the one to shut him on down. A tiny little bit of PM from the sidelines. But still, no harm, no foul. Smokey gets 2 kills. But at the same time, you have to consider, you're actually giving him his run it back even faster. He now has 3 points on just the first pistol round. Now with that, the round is going to be holding it down, but I'm really looking to see what the side of Team Fangs are opting to do this time around. They want to go for a massive push down towards the side of A. It's a 4-stack down onto A, and this read just could be as deadly as they need it to be. With the gravity wall coming on through, trying to spot out as many players as they possibly can from that angle. And Ryu, he knows for a fact that one member is holding down from that corner. The stun goes on through, and everyone from the side of Team Fangs are actually going to be running on away. Cactus goes in for that key. He's going to be able to catch out a beautiful in a pretty sticky situation of his own. Golil actually straight to the smoke. He's going to be able to shut down his own twin sister. And with this thrifty round is very much possible. It's a 3 versus 4 situation with everyone running it down towards the C side. But B2, he needs to try and get this kill, but he looks away at the wrong second. Viva, he's actually on that flank. He's going to be able to take it down in a matter of seconds. Opting to go in for that reload. He pays the price for a 3 versus 3 situation on the map, and the guns are in the hands of the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen. And with the spike going on down soon enough, the retake situation should be starting up real soon.
Yeah, what exactly are they going to be able to do though with nothing but the pistols? I mean, Maverick has definitely got himself that Spectre as well, and he's got himself the recon out ready, which might give him the information that he needs. And that information is going to be relayed on to the team as well. It is going to be time for the Phoenix as well, that is Smokey, moving from the Lakhs position. Oh, Kohli does get the dink onto it, Survey. And with that, I guess Smokey is just going to go ahead, use up that curveball in order to flash both the players coming in from the defense side of spawn. Does get himself one of the flags, but not going to be able to connect that spray down or towards the other players as well.
In the long run, I will say no harm, no foul coming in down from the eco round. They did beautifully when it came down to all of their plays, and also they were able to get 3 kills at the bare minimum. So I would say very successful eco round. You were able to take out the guns, and this basically means that hey, you give your opponents a choice: either go in for a full-on bonus round by buying a couple of those or maybe a Spectre on your teammates, or you go in for the buys for them, giving up a couple of Phantoms and Vandals to contest us so that the economic snowball could not happen as properly. The ultimate does come out through though from the side of Smokey, but it really doesn't get a lot of value, and beautiful with that spray. He catches out Smokey, but he tries to jump on up to get on away. With that, that's going to be the first initial kill. Cole is actually going to be able to take down Viva, who tries to go in for a swing of his own. The shots are going to be raining on in. The curveball coming down from the corner. Cole, he has nowhere to run and he has nowhere to hide. It's going to Survey instead being able to shut him on down. That's going to be a 1-for-2 trade, ladies and gentlemen. With that, it's a 3 versus 4 situation on the map, and it seems as though ORGLESS, they have activated themselves and they're just shutting down any form of a defense that the side of Team Fangs are trying to put up for theirs.
I'm not gonna lie, ORGLESS, they are looking a little bit more confident with this sort of a setup, right? I guess all they had to do was change the composition a little bit, change who exactly plays what, and they have finally figured out what exactly they were missing out on as well. It's gonna be immutable to get taken down by B2, but at the same time, B2 does get taken down by the hands of Sporky. Maverick left out a 1 versus 3. His best bet would be to save that Vandal, and in order to do so, he has to watch out for 3 angles as well, because you know the entirety of ORGLESS, they're also going to be like, we won't let you save, because if we do that, then maybe you guys are going to try and eke out a buy the next round. Better we take you down, get that gun out of your hands, and just completely destroy your economy, forcing you to an eco, of course.
One place coming on down from the side of ORGLESS, understanding that hey, if we go in for a massive rotation push down towards the side of C long, they cannot stop us, primarily because why? Colin's at 1 HP, and when he's in that 1 HP state, he will not make a push down towards the side of garage because he doesn't know if the garage is clear, because no control is present there. Basically meaning that hey, C long control is ours. We can just push on in, use our curveballs, use our utility, and just come out on top in our own engagements. The shots are going to be raining on in, and I love this play. He tries to go in for that plan, but that tripwire does slow him down just a tiny little bit, so the plan cannot go on through. But from the sidelines, Smokey, he wants to go in for a play of his own. Cactus from the side. He's probably going to be able to get 1 kill. He's not going to be able to find out anything though. Edrio instead, he was ready for it. Shoots him out, takes him out as well. He's going to be 0-3 on the scorecards already. Kolil gets a dink. And I really feel bad for him at this point, Assassin. How many dings has he gotten and he still hasn't gotten a single kill?
Last player standing.
Yeah, it's something that we saw yesterday as well. If I'm not wrong, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was. It was yesterday, right? When in the map of Haven, we saw that
HVS.
player. Yeah, HVS. He was getting all of these dings, but not able to finish off these kills. It's just sad scenes, man. But you know, in the end, it really goes on to show that that Team Fangs, they definitely are struggling a little bit, and they need to pick up their game. Otherwise, ORGLESS is just gonna run away with that massive lead in the first half. If that happens, then there's gonna be trouble for Team Fangs. But I do understand this sort of a play being made by ORGLESS as well. This is an attack-aside map, and ORGLESS, they know that. Since that switcheroo that came up in their lineup, in their composition as well, things are looking far better for ORGLESS. I guess if they can just, walk away with maximum number of rounds on their attack, defense shouldn't be a bit of a problem with this sort of a lineup. And I guess what Team Fangs have to do is concentrate a little bit more on these duels that they're losing.
The main thing that I personally believe is happening to Fangs is that they're underestimating what the side of ORGLESS can do. After what happened in map number 1, that it's supposed to be the case because you're being like, hey, maybe they're not as dangerous, maybe we can just play it a little bit more easy, but ORGLESS is like, no, you cannot take us lightly. You're gonna be the ones on the receiving end of a lot of hurt, and it seems as though Fangs, they understand that, and they are piling up on full gear. One by one, they make the push happen, and a 140 ding to the head of Smoke. Hey, he's gonna be able to survive and get a little bit of information for his team as well. The curveballs are gonna be going on in. Mutable holding it down from the side of Under Heaven. The drone doesn't spot him on out, but still, with the drone being broken, basically meaning that, hey, they know for a fact one person is holding on down from the back end of hell. The jump goes on down as well. Mutable is gonna be the first initial one to get that first initial kill. Pulls out those knives, and with that, he's gonna be jumping all around, and somehow this 3 versus 5 retake did not work out in their favor. Team Fangs, they dropped the ball massively. NBU gets the last kill, 0 and 5 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. And Team Fangs, they're on the disadvantage when they had the man advantage in their favor.
Wow, I mean, I don't know. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of very confused at this point, running out of words as well as to what exactly is going on from the side of Team Fangs. As you did say, right, they had the man advantage, but still they were not able to capitalize on top of that, and that is something that Team Fangs need to work around as well. Otherwise, they are going to lose map number 2, and maybe they're just going to lose the momentum of this best of 3 matchup as well. For now, though, things are going on in the favor of Team ORGLESS, and I'm not going to lie, the way Team ORGLESS are just getting all of these frags as well, it looks like the Team Fangs, something happened after map number 1, and things aren't looking good for them. They just need to get it all back, and they need to focus a little bit more. Because there was a lot of miscommunication going on in that specific round, in that specific retake attempt as well, coming in from the side of Team Fangs. And I was about to, make a little bit of a joke about it as well, like, such miscommunication, much wow. Because the kind of retake attempt Team Fangs went on in that specific round was so disjointed, right? We see Smokey dropping down from the heavens, but there's absolutely no one pushing in from the defender side spawn at the same time. And then once Smokey gets taken down, it is actually immutable to get himself another one swiftly by moving in towards the defender side spawn and getting that spray down through the wall. This is something that cannot be entertained from the side of Team Fangs, and they need to pull their stuff together.
Massive question mark in line, is to say the very least, of what exactly is happening from the side of the Fangs. Feels as though there's a massive disconnect, but hopefully with that timeout, they are able to collect themselves and come on back to the game and get their heads straight, because they need to do it really quickly. 0 and 5 already, and progressively going on down to a 0 and 6, because you do have to consider this, that this is an equal round coming out from the Maverick, not able to find a single bit of value with that Hunter Spirit being dodged out almost immediately. And with all of this Astral Stars just piling on up down towards the back end, he needs to make a run for it. He's actually going to be able to get a kill though. Smokey does get one and dips back out almost immediately, understanding that, hey, if he stays there for too long, he's going to be in the receiving end of a lot of pain. Golden coming on down from the side of Heaven. He's going to go to shut down one. Cactus from the back end with the knives. He's going to go to shut down another. It's already possible with a 50 round on the cards, ladies and gentlemen. Fangs They did it all, and they made it happen on a thrifty as well. That tactical pause, so beautiful. On their head in the game once again, able to pick up those guns, able to get that spike defused, and not only that, they were able to get the ultimate online for the side of Smokey. And with this running back available now, their defensive side has just gotten even stronger. Let it be for the retake, or let it be for an aggressive push down from the side.
Looks like someone got a really good pep talk from their coach, and I guess Team FANGS, they definitely have got their stuff back together now. They just have to keep on going with this momentum, and once they can achieve that, once they can just eke out a couple of more rounds on their defense, attack shouldn't be a problem for Team FANGS. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is not the first time that I'm mentioning this, but I'm gonna do it once again. Team FANGS, they've got some really good aim stars, and that duelist game is over the top of the charts. I mean, not gonna lie. Team FANGS' duelist setup is so goddamn good. Like, Smokey just going in aggressive, finding himself that frag using the runner back. Now, ORGLESS, they're about to know that Smokey is just falling back, and maybe they should have just made the push as well in order to get the kill. Maverick was a little bit too late, but at the same time, lucky for FANGS that ORGLESS didn't actually go in for the pick.
Really smart play from the side of Poland to use that astral well, the gravity well, to completely block off any sort of push that could be coming on down towards the side of Smokey. Really smart play from him, but at the same time, Poland, he makes so much noise down towards his garage angle. I'm pretty sure that they know he's holding down from that side. With that, they're not going to be pushing down to that angle whatsoever, but instead, it's a B push coming on down from their end. The Jets slowly but surely making his way forward. Immutable trying to find that first initial pick to open things up for his team at the bare minimum. But it seems as though all of the members from the side of ORGLESS, they want to go down towards this A side instead. The push is going to be going on down. And look at the Jet. The Jets has a perfect angle. Maybe going to be able to get one kill. Cactus, he does find one. He's probably going to be able to get another one. Misses the shot, but that's not going to be a detriment, but instead it will be a detriment because Forky's going to be able to get one kill. Bullet's coming in from the side and being able to shut down another. Such a beautiful spray from the side of Iva, being able to shut down another one. Shotgun's rated supreme, and B2 to finish off its clone. It's going to be 2 and 5 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen. And Team FANGS, they are back, and they're just running through every single side take or push that could be coming on down from the side of ORGLESS.
That amazing stuff coming out from the side of Team FANGS, and it was actually these heroic plays being made by the players from side of Team FANGS. If you see Maverick's shock dart, we did see the operator coming out from Cactus as well. But as I said, Team FANGS, they're a really good team when it comes to bringing it down to the raw aim fights and winning them out as well. They've got some really young talents who have got their prowess on their aims, and FANGS, they're actually very lucky when it comes to having a really good coach as well. So I guess FANGS overall are a pretty solid package, but at the same time, all they need to do is just be a little bit more serious and just understand and evolve a little bit quicker. So this is something that FANGS used to struggle before, but now they're working on it, and I'm pretty happy about that as well. Earlier, their on-spot decision making was kind of bad. And most of the players, they used to just rely on their raw aim. Like, they used to just take the fights, get that man advantage, and that's pretty much it. They used to not come in with any sorts of evolution whatsoever. But nowadays, you do see these mid-round calls being made from the side of Team FANGS for the rotations and whatnot, and it's really good to see that FANGS have improved themselves over the time. ORGLESS, they need to do the same, and they're actually pulling something like that as well if you compare it with map number 1's performance.
Illusion is the name of the game, but at the same time, it feels as though with the wall divide now going on through Cactus, he knows for a fact that Immutable's holding it down from the right-hand side. He possibly spotted out a pixel from that angle, and with Colin now using the gravity well to try and find out something. Cactus, he's not giving up this corner. He finds him out and sends a bullet straight into his body, being able to take down one, but Survey is actually going to be able to take down B2. And with that first initial kill, that's going to be massive for him. Pulling from the silence gets one onto NBU, but Fibergod is going to be able to survive getting another one. Working from the silence to get that trade. It's going to be trades galore, ladies and gentlemen. Left, right
10
and
seconds.
center. Gravity Well goes
Spike
on through.
planted.
He's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and with that, Vulnerable now going on down with the flank coming on down from the back end, and also a player possibly coming on down from the heaven angle. Sporky, he needs to make that decision. He needs to go in for this push, because if he waits down onto the back of side, this could be deadly. The timing not in his favor. Maverick, he's not gonna be able to find out much, but Khalil opting to check towards the left instead of the right first. The 50-50 coin toss not working out in his favor, and instead it's gonna be Team being able to win it all out. And just as you stated, the mid-round calls are just so clean coming out from everyone that the communication from the side of Team FANGS is what's giving them a massive advantage for their own defensive side.
It's completely right, and I guess Team FANGS slowly but surely trying to tie things up at the scoreboard as well, make it an even Stevens, and carry on forward from there. But now ORGLESS, they've head up over towards the A side quite often, and they need to come up with some sort of a switch up. This is exactly what happened in map number 1 as well, do you remember? Just to constantly hit up over towards the A side again and again and again. And FANGS were like, no, the B side does exist. You guys can definitely try to use that.
Oh no.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Well, that happened in a pretty awkward scenario. I thought that Khalil was actually gonna die out, but he's actually gonna be able to get a kill and get back out himself as well. Zubair from the sideline gets one kill from the back end. Cactus chimes in with his own. Maverick's gonna be able to shut down
One
as well.
enemy remaining.
And just as the round started, it's already down to a 4 versus 1 situation, Assassin. Would you try and break that down for me? Because I have no idea what just happened.
I mean, it was just beautiful timing coming out from Kohli as well, right? He knew that the outroad is coming in through the smoke, and he just masked his appearance. He just masked his presence by walking into the smoke at the exact same time when the outroad was just coming out. So it was beautifully played, and I'm not really sure why the Jet just made the push. Maybe he just got the information from the Sova that, hey, smoke is clear, everything else is clear as well. You can move in and try and just smoke and dash into the seaside, create some space for the team so that they can move in. But oh, this is a mistake. Veto, what are you watching? Oh no, man. I'm having a bad feeling about this.
I really want to know what exactly happened. First of all, Sporky's like, oh, hello there, my name is Sova. Goes in front of an operator and just gave Cactus the pride of his life. And then V2 was also getting caught with his pants down in that scenario. That really does hurt in the long run. But at the same time, I guess that's bound to happen from time to time. And at this point, Sporky, he's just playing mind games. And you do have to consider he does have his Hunter's Fury, basically meaning that Maverick, he should be understanding that, hey, he's probably playing for his ultimate, but I don't think that the communication has already gone through that he's opting to play for the Hunter's Fury. With this Maverick, he needs to be making that push happen soon enough. The spike touch has not gone down just yet. The ultimate is gonna get popped on the side of the Astra, but it's not even needed. Maverick's gonna be the one to send a bullet into the skull of Sporky. Takes him on out. And that's 4 and 5 on the scorecards, and one more round to make it even Stevens for both sides.
Wow. Never really expected Maverick to win out that fight as well, because the positioning coming out from Maverick kind of looked like that he's gonna be put in an off angle. But what the hell is FANGS doing, man? They absolutely can't afford to lose all of these operators and these bigger guns from their side as well. And another timeout is gonna come in, but this time is gonna be from the side of ORGLESS, and I guess they need some pep talk as well. If they do have a coach, then he can definitely go ahead and give them that pep talk that they badly want right now, because things aren't going on in their favor. And I guess with a little bit of a strike to the head, things are gonna set straight as well. Now, the thing is that Team FANGS, what really surprises me is the fact that despite having all of these aim stars in their team, the coordination can be improved a little bit more, is what I personally think. Some of the decisions that they make as well. Now, in that specific round, there was no need for the Cosmic Divide to come in my opinion. If Maverick is moving in that aggressive towards a long position, there's absolutely no need for the Cosmic Divide to be up and running, because the Hunter's Fury can breach any such a wall whatsoever. And despite it being like a concrete wall, or it being the Cosmic Divide as well, if the Hunter's Fury is going to be pulled out, then the diffuser is definitely going to get taken down. So if Maverick is going in that aggressive towards the long position as well, so that sort of a miscommunication has to be fixed from the side of Team FANGS, because it costs them the utilities that can be further used in the future as well.
Completely agree with you on that, and primarily because of one thing. I understand what Kohli was trying to do in that scenario. He wanted to mask the sound coming on down from the side of the spike diffuse, and he didn't want the 100 speed to come out immediately, maybe get a cheeky diffuse down, but at the same time, you don't need to use that ultimate. And as you just stated, because if Maverick's being that aggressive, you don't need that. You have the information, you know where the Sova's gonna play if he's playing for his ultimate. So just play for those type of picks. But now, here at the side of ORGLESS, after this tactical pause, we want to see what they have on their minds and what they really want to do, because Team FANGS, they're playing it super defensively. No one is going in for an aggressive peak. They just want to see and wait for any form of a sound cue, sorry, and any form of mistakes coming on down from the side of ORGLESS. But it seems the ORGLESS FANGS have gotten into their heads, and they're very scared to push down into any of these sites.
Yes, that definitely is the case, aggressive. Now, though, things are going to be slowed down, as you said, and eventually, once again, we're going to be seeing ORGLESS moving it over towards the A side. And oh, the Astra! What the hell? Hello? All right, then. We are going to be seeing Sova trying to move it as well and get himself the frag on towards Andrew as immutable. Things are going into the favor of FANGS once again. It's going to be down to YB in a 1 versus 3.
Cage triggered.
What just happened? I'm very confused. Basically, ORGLESS didn't check their corners. That's a very fundamental mistake coming on down from the side of ORGLESS, and basically Kolil's having the field day. He's like, oh, I spot one player, I spot another, I kill them both, and so was like, yeah, just spray transfer time. The spike's going on down. Why don't they just shut it down almost immediately? Beautiful spray coming on down as well from the side of Maverick, being able to shut down another 5 and 5 on the scorecards, and it feels as though it's a complete and utter mental breakdown from the side of Team ORGLESS. And they're not able to come back from it seemingly, because you need to consider this was the same breakdown coming on down from the side of Team FANGS. But after that one tactical pause, they've won 5 rounds consecutively, and we'd expect the same to happen from the side of ORGLESS as well. But that's not what's happening. Maverick pulls out the 100 Spirit. You try and shut down a couple, but he's not gonna be able to find out much. Instead, B2, he's just holding on down from the side of Heaven, trying to be that B2 bomber from his namesake. Not gonna be able to find that kill, and with the spike going on down already and a blaze storm in the hand of Immutable, maybe trying to find out something. B2's gonna be the first one to get that first initial kill. Immutable trying to find a first initial pick to try and open up the defensive side, but spots out the operator. It's gonna be dipping back out. B2's gonna be able to get one kill, but Immutable trying to be the Korean Jet, not in his favor. Maverick gets another kill from the sidelines. Bye God. He gets that kill down on the Korean, but Forky, he's still alive. He's still kicking. He has the 100 Spirit in his hand. He's gonna be able to tag down everyone. And with that tag, that is such a massive tag play as well. Maverick, he's down into a 1 versus 1 situation. The halfway defuse has already gone through. My God trying to hold down that corner. He doesn't know where he is. And my God's gonna be able to survive with only 5 HP, 45 HP on his side. 1 bullet to the body, shutting him down nearly. Just barely surviving with the skin of his teeth at that stage. And ORGLESS, they're able to stabilize themselves. But honestly speaking, Assassin, I don't think that round in particular was won due to pure skill.
Man, I'm still trying to process as to what happened in that specific round. What the hell just happened? God damn it. ORGLESS, how the hell were they able to turn the tables as well? And see, this is exactly what I say, right? Every single time, whenever there is a utility or an ability wasted for no reason, this is exactly why I pointed out as well, because it might just save you the round. Like the Sova, for not using the Hunter's Fury in that specific angle, or in that specific situation, now where he was in a 1 versus 4, it just worked out for him, isn't it? And he got himself that 6th round of the board for ORGLESS. This is insane. But it looks like that FANGS will be playing a little bit more aggressive, and is going to be B2 to get the frag onto his nemesis. With that, I guess Survey is going to announce his presence towards a short position. We are going to be seeing the hot times being deployed, and is going to force B2 to move out. But oh, he still finds the frag. You gotta be kidding me, Survey. You were supposed to get that frag. And this is just mind-blowing from the side of FANGS as to how exactly they're making all of this happen.
Orky, he's very low on health. He's gonna be able to get one more kill down from the silence, but Immutable, he's the last one remaining. He's probably gonna be able to find out something. The smoke's already going on through the flame wall as well. Immutable, he's not gonna be able to find that shot with that operator straight through that smoke. And at this point, you just need to opt to go in for a couple of kills at the very least, because at this point, he's like, nah, take my guns. I'm just gonna go away. I'm gonna survive to live to tell this tale on another day at the very least. And with the side swap coming on through, I'm quite happy to say the very least. Both of these teams are just ending things off on a clean slate. So we're just back to square one. Just believe that we're holding this game once again. We are rehosting it because no team has the advantage. So moving on forward, both of these teams start on a clean slate.
Man, I'm scared. I'm actually scared for ORGLESS right now because this wasn't supposed to happen. They're supposed to eke out a couple more rounds and, get the lead against Team FANGS because, as I stated before, Team FANGS are absolutely threatening on that attack side of theirs. And they strike terror as well when it comes to their attack on the map of Haven. Looking forward to what exactly they're going to do. Let's see what kind of a setup they're going on with for the pistol round. Right now, it is going to be Immutable to be completely concussed, and he's going to just try and survive. He's going to make his way back to safety behind that box, and he's going to drop in a smoke as well. We're going to try and play in and around that as well. A minute and 20, and interestingly, Team FANGS, they've already got control towards the short as well as the long position. Just looking to make their explosive entry onto the site and take that control as well. And that is going to be the explosion that I was talking about. It is going to be the Jet to try and get himself a double, and B2 is going to take down YB as well. As I said, this explosive play coming out from Team FANGS is going to work in their favor so freaking good that ORGLESS, they're going to sweat, and they're going to sweat really bad.
Only he's just having a field day on this Astra, just tapping people in the head. 12 and 8 on your controller, and Cactus is just following in close by, but this Astra pickup is just so deadly. Colin is that player we always knew for picking up the Sentinel character, but now that B2's playing it instead, and Khalil's on the Astra, basically means that this is such a massive change when it comes down to playstyles, because Colin, he loves to play much more passive, while B2, he loves to lurk, he loves to be explosive with his aim. He's just so deadly when he's given the chance to control his opposition. And with that Cypher, he can do exactly that. He can just play those mind games, use his cages, use his camera, use his tripwires to control where the enemies are going to be at, control the engagement that he wants to take. And with that, you can already see entry fragger Cypher is just shutting everyone down. Sorry, Life Watcher Cypher, I mean, at this point, is going to be able to shut down 2 at the very least. And with that...
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He definitely did get those 2 entry picks. So, pretty much call him that entry fragger Cypher as well. And it's going to be okay to go ahead and finish off things as well for Team ORGLESS in that specific round. Oh man, B2, as I said, this guy is once again that amazing fragger from the side of FANGS, and as I said, these guys are just way too good on their attack. The pistol round and the round following that has been so freaking strong. Imagine them on the bigger guns.
I won't lie, their attacking side just feels much more coordinated and feels a lot more polished in comparison to what we saw coming out from the side of ORGLESS. Here, it feels as though FANGS, they know exactly what they want to do. They want to make that push happen towards the side of A. One guy has to be lurking down towards the side of mid, and they know where to test a lot of these angles. And ORGLESS, they're taking a lot of unnecessary fights. And once again, this is what happened in map number 1. They were way too aggressive on their own defensive side, and that's why they paid the ultimate price for it with their lives by losing out on so many rounds when it came down to their own defensive half. And if they fall into that same trap once again, the same could repeat on the map of Haven itself. And here is where, with the push coming on down, I like that ORGLESS are opting to play for a full 5 versus 5 retake. The side is absolutely empty. A lot of utility has already been used from the side of FANGS, basically meaning that the pushes are going to be going on down soon enough as well. The shots are going to be raining on in. Enryu taking a lot of damage from the back end. The shock darts raining on in as well, not really able to find a lot of value, though the Flame Wall trying to heal himself up just a tiny little bit. Survey holding down the Molly lineup to try and find something, but the clock is already ticking on down. They need to go in for the retake soon enough. The Recon Bolt goes on through, and the retake for the side of ORGLESS has just about to start.
Oh my god, Survey! He dropped in that perfect hot hands lineup, but still gets taken down through the Cypher's cage, and this is just outstanding performance coming out from the side of Team FANGS, guys. All comes down to YB, 1 versus 3, and the man just tries to go in for the pick. he gets picked off instead.
Olio at this point is just having a field day. And the setups and the postmans as well from the side of Team Banks is extremely, like, I don't know how to explain it properly because the way that they're playing a lot of their postmans are just so clean. They're very textbook, but they're playing it perfectly, opting to go in for the trade playstyle, and especially with that cyber cage being placed straight in front of the side of spawn, basically meaning that, hey, anyone pushing on down from the side of spawn, they need to try and go in for it immediately, because as soon as that recon ball goes on through, as soon as that hot hand pops, basically means that everyone wants to make that rush happen. They want to go down into the side, and that cyber cage stops pretty much everyone. And as soon as they hear the noise from the side of Team Fangs of someone walking into that cyber cage, the spam comes out instantly, being able to shut down multiple from the back end. But here it seems the Cactus, he's just chiming on with a couple of his own kills. He does fight 2 at the bare minimum. Forky's gonna be finally the one to take him on out, send him back to his grave. But yeah, when you see Smokey holding an angle like that, you're gonna be quite sad, to say the very least, because that is one cheeky angle.
Well, Team Fangs, with that round, they are going to be on to double digits, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that instant replay coming out as well from the side of Team Fangs. That beautiful split approach on towards the C site. I'm going to be seeing Smokey using the runner back in order to get information, and that information that he relayed on towards his teammates, right? Astra, quick to the trigger, quick to the decision making, moves into his grass position, gets that frag as well. And this is exactly the kind of coordination, the synergy that we are looking forward to from all of the teams present right here in the TEC Gauntlet as well. This is something that we expect out of them as well. And sometimes teams like Team ORGLESS, right? They fail to deliver on that specific expectation as well. It's completely fine. Maybe they're just having a really bad day on the attack, developing quite strong, but now the defense is struggling. And the primary reason for that is Team Fangs and their aggression. And this is like what the second time I'm seeing this execute being made by Team Fangs overall, by the way, when they started playing out the B execute on Haven.
Oh no! Again, Survey did not check his corners, and he has to be the one to pay the price for it. This happened once, this happened again, and it's the same person. It's Khalil holding down the left-hand corner, and Survey just never checks it when he's entering down onto a side. The left has to be his it has to be his kryptonite at this stage, because that's the only side that he's not really checking. That does hurt in the long run, but at the same time, it just basically means that ORGLESS, they need to go in for that save, because Immutable, he cannot give up that operator, to say the very least. P2 spots him out, but the operator is going to be the thing to take him on out. Smokey from the silence has the perfect crosshair placement. Going to be able to shut down Khalil as well. Get that trade for his teammate. And now, I guess that Smokey wants to get that kill. He's not going to be able to find it. 11 and 6 on the scorecard. It's a good round coming on down from the side of Fangs, ladies and gentlemen. And Assassin, do you think that ORGLESS have a chance to try and bring it on back? And what do you think they should do to make it happen for their self?
First of all, they're going to start reading as to how exactly Team Fangs are playing and how exactly their executes are set as well. So there's a little bit of a pattern as well, which you can look forward to. I mean, Team Fangs, they tend to go in for that A, C, and B approach. It's not like it's just random, but at the same time, sometimes this pattern, it definitely shows up as well. So they did hit up over towards the A side, and then they hit up towards the C side, and then the previous round they hit up towards B. Now they're going back over towards the C side, and this is exactly the randomness that I'm talking about. Team Fangs, they are unpredictable, but sometimes you can just make it out as well with the moves that they make. And I guess ORGLESS, with all of that noise being made by Team Fangs over towards the C side, they should have been prepared for this attack over towards C as well. It is going to be time for Immutable to move in with the operator, and I guess what ORGLESS can do is try and put a lot of manpower onto a specific site and leave one side for the retake completely. And they're doing that in the form of the B side. And I guess it's going to be time for me to take down Survey. Immutable just going to stick the defuse, but little does he know that there is a barrage of utilities and abilities being thrown at him in order to take him down as well. Match point for Team Fangs, and as I was saying, I'm just going to continue and finish it off as well, right? Team ORGLESS, what they can try and do is just stick together as a unit. Just try and keep maximum number of players onto a specific site where you do get the information onto. And see, again, that unpredictability coming out from the side of Team Fangs. But at the same time, this time we've got ORGLESS over towards the C side with that 3-man setup. So looking forward to seeing what exactly they're going to be able to do, though.
Deploying drone.
Once again, we see another push coming on down from the side of Team Fangs down towards the C side. That recon ball just finding out so much value. And with this, he's probably going to be able to get that kill. Forky with the first initial pickup, which is own Hunter's Fury, is going to be so massive for his end. But at the same time, Smokey, he pops that running back. He's going to be running it down straight through that flame mob, trying to shut down as many players as he possibly can. But the gravity well and the shot from both angles going to be able to shut him all down. But so much information being gained to say the very least from that running back, basically meaning that Immutable, he's going to be the one to be able to get that trade at the bare least from the silence. But only he's going to be able to shut down. But look at the position coming on down from the side of B2. The flash is going to be going on through. He's going to be able to dodge it on out though, and B2's position is still not known. He can make this push happen. He's going to be able to shut down one. But with the corner peek coming on down soon enough, Suki is going to be the one to shut down another. And with that, it's going to be almost his first round going on after a really long time, ladies and gentlemen. Because it was on a 6-6 and 6 rounds consecutively going on down towards the side of Team Fangs. And finally, them being able to take this round basically means that, hey, they can stabilize themselves when it comes to the terms of their eco and keep things going for their side. But at the same time, the operator has already been lost for the side of Immutable, so they're not going to be happy whatsoever because that was a massive investment, and that was one of the primary reasons why they were able to hold down a lot of these aggressive pushes coming on down from the side of the Fangs.
Now, as I said, see, I completely was right when I said ORGLESS. All they have to do is to just figure out how exactly, Fangs have to deal with the sort of defense coming out from the side of ORGLESS. Now, see, Fangs, once their attack plan or their execute plan is going to be figured out by the side of ORGLESS, all they have to do is just make the rotations and have a massive number of players onto a specific side as well. And this time, they have once again read Team Fangs like an open book. They have put 3 players into the duties of defending the A site. And this might just work out if they can try and get these trades up on the board. Right now, we are seeing Survey watching the short position, whereas his comrade, the Cypher, is going to be watching the A mains as well. Looking forward to what exactly is going to happen. We're going to be seeing that gravity pull up, and oh, Survey!
Wait, what?
He still gets a frag on towards Smokey, his nemesis, but B2 to get the immediate trade, and Immutable to try and get the frag on towards the Jet. Okay, Cactus, good night, and there you go. ORGLESS. Numbers are the name of the game, man. Aggressive, as I said. Three players defending the A side. When Fangs are trying to go in for the attack over towards A, things are gonna steamroll out of control for Fangs, and ORGLESS are gonna be able to capitalize on top of that.
I am very confused on what happened in that round in particular. The push came on through. Smokey made that push from the side of A short. He tried to, I'm sorry. Then immediately just gets popped by a player just sliding across the map because of the Astral One.
Yeah, I mean that's why it was very hard for me to explain as well, right? It's very sometimes it's like pretty stupid as well when you have to break down things in that way, but at the same time, it is what it is.
It's just Valorant.
It's just Valorant. It's just an unpredictable game, and at this point, Fangs, they're kind of getting predictable, so they need to switch things around once again, and maybe this specific timeout being taken up by the side of Team Fangs is once again going to be that pep talk session coming in from the coach in order to finish things off right here, right now. Otherwise, if they go ahead and give out a little bit more leverage on towards Team ORGLESS, then maybe they're just going to run away with it and drag this game to an overtime.
Snowball effect is very real, and ORGLESS, now that they have the taste of victory, they will not want to give up on it whatsoever. So I'm really looking to see what they have in mind, because now Immutable, he has an operator in his hands once again, and with this operator, it's just going to get even harder for the side of Team Fangs to try and execute down onto any of these sidelines. And it seems as though Team Fangs, they're opting to go in for a much more of the control-based slow play style instead of the rush-heavy execution that they were doing previously. And this is primarily due to the fact that they don't really have a lot of money on a lot of their players, and they want to slow things down. They want to try and stabilize to keep things going for their side, because you do have to remember, Cactus, he does have the Blade Storm, so they can be aggressive if they want to, but it's better to be defensive, better to play for those speeds, and wait for the side of ORGLESS to become a tiny little bit impatient and make the first mistake. But with the ultimate now being popped from the side of Sova, he's trying to clear out as many corners as he possibly can, but Maverick is not really able to find out much whatsoever.
Yeah, right now it is going to be that approach being taken up by the side of Team Fangs, and Cactus with that ultimate might just be able to get himself a frag, but never mind. The curveball comes right around the corner, and it's going to be Mr. Cactus to be caught off guard a little bit. Right now, YB, he is holding on inside of that smoke, and I guess his setups, that is the trap wires and the cameras, they're going to be put in such a way that he can actually capitalize on top of this smoke as well. Just usual business for the Cypher, and it is going to be immutable to miss that shot, and Smokey to capitalize on top of that.
Well, Sporky, he just got a Shotgun kill down onto Polil, and with that, no more smokes, no more Astral Stars, no more Gravity Wells. That could just be what they need to try and take things away for their side, but still, this 3 versus 4 retake is still very deadly and much more painful. It's gonna be Smokey getting the first initial kill down on the vibe, but he needs to reload, only 8 bullets, and with the push coming on down from the back end, he needs to find one more. He's gonna be able to find it from the sidelines. It's gonna be FANGS with another one, but Survey, he's gonna go down to a 1 versus 1 situation, and you do not want to go down to a 1v1 against B2, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, it's gonna be FANGS taking it all away, and just as he stated, the timeout started, the pep talk from our very, let's say, passionate coach gave them that briefing for what to do next, and they did it beautifully, taking it all away, 13-8 on the scorecards to end off map number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, it's a 2-0 set win for the side of Team FANGS. Very beautifully done for their end. Hats off.
Hats off indeed, man. The coach coming out from the side of Team FANGS, he actually puts in a lot of effort as well into each of these players, and I'm so happy that all of that effort, all of that grind has resulted into such an incredible match for Team FANGS. As I said, their attack, FANGS' attack, is something that is just outstanding and mind-blowing, and there's absolutely no stopping them when they get in their groove. And this is a speciality coming out from the side of Team FANGS, and in my opinion, they definitely are that more attacker-sided team as well. Their defense, it can take a little bit of time for them to evolve, but they did evolve aggressive, not gonna lie. If you did notice, right, at the start they were struggling a little bit against Team ORGLESS. ORGLESS did walk away with 5 rounds in a row, and then the pep talk kind of came in from the coach, and things started turning around for Team FANGS. What they need to do is, come up with that actual realization a little bit more earlier. Otherwise, against better teams, right? Okay, this is ORGLESS. Now, what if they go ahead and face off against teams like Samurai Esports, Global Esports, Team Velocity Gaming, where, things are going to be a little bit more tough for them if they go ahead and give 5 rounds in a row to that opponent team as well. So they need to come up with this sort of a realization and that evolution as well in their play a little bit more earlier. And with time, they definitely are going to do that as well. But for now, though, keeping all of that aside, amazing performance coming out from the side of Team FANGS, and congratulations for that.
It's for sure. Let's go into the match highlights to see what exactly happened and get a visual representation of what Assassin just said as I'm breaking down for you a little bit more of what the side of Team FANGS did in particular that allowed them to take this win off the board and do it in such a dominating fashion as well, because you all need to consider something. The level of play that came out from the side of ORGLESS at the very start of the map of Haven was just absolutely clean. And primarily, why was it so clean? Because of the mistakes and the aggression coming down from them when it came down to this very first initial stage. They were so aggressive initially that the side of FANGS were just not ready for it. They didn't know what to expect. They didn't know what corner to check. And they were just trying to test the waters as much as they possibly could. But at the very end of it all, ORGLESS, they just became way too predictable. They played the same angles, they played the same setups over and over again. And at one stage, when Team FANGS had that tactical timeout, as soon as they were ready for it, as soon as they understood what the side of ORGLESS were trying to do, they were just like, hey, let's just break this down piece by piece. They're here, you check this angle, I'll check this angle, you use your Astral Star here, I'll throw my molly here, and we just rush into the side and win every single aim duel. They had the confidence when they were peeking their corners. They had the confidence knowing that, hey, someone has to be holding this angle. If I just pre-fire it, if I just have my mind set that a player is there, I'm going to be the one to win out on that fight. And that is primarily why Team FANGS were able to win this. They had the confidence, they had the team play and coordination, and they knew for a fact where all the members of the side of ORGLESS were going to be holding. And for ORGLESS, I really love all of their players' mechanical capabilities, but individually they're very skilled, but as a team, they need a lot more work to go up against the top dogs of this entire tournament. And hopefully they come back even stronger on Season 2, because I want to see more of this team, because they have impressed me massively when it comes up to their raw mechanical skill.
True that. I'm not gonna lie. See, Team ORGLESS, they definitely are a really mechanically gifted team. But at the same time, these smaller details have to be have to be, put into their minds as well when they are trying to play all of these matches against teams like Team Fang. Now, what ORGLESS can try and do is just rewatch the WOD and go back to the drawing board, figure out what exactly they went wrong. We as casters and analysts, we definitely have, pointed out each and every mistake as well that have been made. At least we tried. So hopefully it helps, and you guys are going to be able to bounce back stronger in the next set of qualifiers as well next month. So ORGLESS, definitely looking forward to seeing you guys over there as well. With that said and done, we are pretty much done for the day as well. It was a quick 2-0, and I'm really happy with the performance being put up by Team Fangs as well. And ORGLESS, chin up, guys. You definitely gave out your level best.
With that, we are going to be done for today, ladies and gentlemen. But still, before we do end things off, please make sure to check the links down in the description below to check out all of the discounts that we have set up for you from our partners to see what suits your fancy for your next big upgrade. It doesn't hurt to browse, so why not check it all out? But for now, it's going to be me, your boy Aggressive, signing on out with Assassin this time around the caster's desk, and we'll be back with you real soon tomorrow with the next stream for the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by AMD Ryzen and WD Black. See you.
free, let's go.